Well, we are ringing in the summer season with a few showers, so definitely keep it here. We'll time everything out for you guys in just a bit.
Coming up this morning, reports of underwater noises heard by search and rescue crews early this morning. The latest in the search for the submersible that got lost going to see the Titanic.
Plus, artificial intelligence coming to the DMV to help you find things to do in your neighborhood. The new app debuting soon.
And bear season continues in the DMV with one spotted on Roosevelt Island earlier this week. What parkgoers can expect on the island this morning.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside on this Wednesday morning. Brittany, people need to bring the rain gear.
Absolutely. We are tracking showers as we are ringing in the summer season, but it's not going to feel like summer out there. Those temperatures will be on the cooler side. So here's a look at radar, kind of showing you the entire DMV. Our showers are mainly situated in the south. So Dale City, Stafford, Fredericksburg, Virginia, along the I-95 corridor, you guys are starting to see some downpours. But here in the nation's capital, we actually do have a coastal flood advisory that's set to expire about 1 p.m. today. And then we actually have a coastal flood warning in effect for St. Mary's until about 8 a.m. So if you see a flooded roadway, to turn around and do not drown. Now, kind of zooming into radar, showing you the district, you can see Washington, D.C., portions of Silver Spring, McLean, Potomac. You guys are seeing those showers, heavier downpours though as you head closer to Burke, Virginia, and then heading to the Tidal Basin, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Stafford, Quantico. You guys are finally starting to deal with those heavy downpours. But Shanika, how are the roads looking?
All right, well, we're on to the biggest problem this morning. 95 heading southbound. You are still heavy on your brakes there, and that is right past 32 and right before 216. So do be mindful of this. I would take a detour. You can definitely take Route 1 to get around that. If you have the option, you can take BW Parkway as well if you're trying to head south from Laurel, from Jessup, or the Baltimore area.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is coming up on 6:02 on a Wednesday.
Yeah, let's take a look at our no-go headlines this morning. Results are in for the Virginia primary elections. The three current Commonwealth attorneys for Fairfax, Arlington, and Loudoun counties are back on the ballot for the general election after winning their party's nominations. The general election is scheduled for next November.
The search continues this morning for 5 people stuck inside a submersible exploring the wreckage of the Titanic. Officials say a military aircraft detected underwater noises. The people have been missing since Sunday. Officials say the oxygen supply could run out by tomorrow morning.
And President Joe Biden's son Hunter will plead guilty on charges of failing to pay federal income taxes and illegal gun possession. Court filings show Hunter Biden reached a plea deal with the Justice Department. He will not face any jail time.
And a person is safe this morning after being rescued from an island in the middle of the Potomac River. Now, D.C. Fire and EMS were called to Three Sisters Island right near Georgetown for a water rescue, and this all happened last night. That is where they say they found an injured kayakers, or several injured kayakers. Officials did not say how many people were there on the island. Fire and EMS say later one person was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. They say a nearby swimmer helped the person get onto the department's fireboat. And a person died after being hit by a Red Line Metro train in Northeast yesterday. This happened near the Rhode Island Metro station. Now, Metro did suspend the Red Line service between the Fort Totten and Noma Gallaudet stations. That service is back open this morning. No passengers were injured. The investigation into this incident is ongoing.
Our principles and our ethics and what we stand for as Loudoun, that's who won this evening.
And that was Buddha Bibarai. She beat her Democratic primary challenger in the race for Loudoun County's Commonwealth Attorney last night. Now, she is one of 3 incumbent prosecutors in Northern Virginia to keep their party's nomination.
Both Fairfax and Arlington County Commonwealth attorneys also won their re-election nominations. All 3 ran on progressive reform agendas. Now, taking a closer look at all of the races in Loudoun County, Bibarai won with 55% of the vote. In Fairfax County, Steve Descano beat out his challenger with 55% of the vote. And in Arlington County, Paris Shudugan Tofty won the nomination with 56% of the vote, and all three will be on the ballot for the general election in November.
And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to have more and a closer look at some of the other big races in the area, plus what it means for residents in Virginia.
All right, well, time is running out for 5 people on board an underwater submersible heading to the wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah, but new developments overnight on the international search operation could mean rescuers are heading in the right direction. DC News Now's Randy Bass is live this morning in the studio with the latest on how much time they have left. Randy, good morning.
Yeah, Corey, tonight, good morning to you both. Right now, we think there's just about 24 hours worth of oxygen left on the Ocean Gate Titan, and this morning, a glimmer of hope for those on board after a Canadian aircraft reported hearing underwater noises during its recent search. Rolling Stone reporting this morning internal emails among search and rescue operations say teams heard banging sounds in the area every 30 minutes. A tweet from the U.S. Coast Guard overnight says searchers put an underwater robot in that area to help look for the Titan, but so far they haven't found anything. The data is also being passed along to the U.S. Navy to help guide its search plans. Those noises could be coming from anywhere, though. In the past, other underwater crews in distress have been able to make noise and make contact with rescuers.
We're also having to search in the water column, and we're doing that right now with the use of sonar buoys and sonar on the ship that's out there to listen for any sounds that we can detect in the water column.
This really is an international operation now, with the U.S. and Canada both heavily involved in the search. Now France sending this ship equipped with a deep-sea robot that can help to look in the search area. The French ship and robot are expected to arrive in Newfoundland later this evening. Of course, this story still developing, and we'll continue to bring you the latest updates as we get them. In the studio, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Thank you, Randy. Your time right now is 6:06. Developing now, President Biden's son, Hunter, has been charged with failing to pay federal income taxes and illegally possessing a weapon.
Yeah, according to a court filing, Biden reached a deal with the Justice Department to plead guilty on all charges. Now, the charges include 2 misdemeanor counts of failing to pay his federal income taxes, as well as a felony on a gun possession charge for lying about using drugs on a gun permit application. Now, many Republicans accuse the plea deal of being too soft. They call it a sign of favoritism from the Justice Department.
Obviously, things were downgraded.
If you are the president's son, you get a sweetheart deal.
Obviously, there's nothing in those charges that relate to President Biden.
As part of the deal with the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, Hunter Biden will face several years of probation, but no jail time. A judge still needs to approve the plea deal. So far, a court hearing has not been scheduled.
Meantime, a Florida judge has picked a date for former President Donald Trump to go to trial. Now that date is set for August 14th. Trump's legal team is expected to file motions to delay the trial. The former president is facing felony charges over his handling of classified documents. These charges include concealing documents and misleading investigators. Trump is the first former president ever to face felony charges. All right, well, happening today, the trial continues for the former spokesperson of Loudoun County Public Schools.
Yeah, Wade Byard is accused of lying about what he knew regarding a sexual assault at a Stonebridge High School in May of 2021. Now, yesterday marked the first day of testimony from the prosecution's main witness. The principal of one of the high schools where the sexual assaults took place says he told Byard about the assault. The father of the victim in that assault said he is glad the issue has finally gone to court.
Family's doing okay, but we'd like to get to our summer and be normal people one day.
Byard did not comment as he left the Loudoun County Courthouse yesterday. The trial is expected to wrap up by the end of the week.
Your time right now is 6:08 this morning. Back here in the district, Georgetown University will soon pay $500,000 to staff who say they worked overtime without getting paid for it. The D.C. Attorney General's office first received a complaint in March of 2022 from Georgetown's Workers' Rights Tip Line. The AG alleges that from March of 2020 until now, staff at the University Medical Center and Graduate School of Arts were forced to work overtime hours without compensation. Now the university is working to establish a fund for those workers to get what they're owed. Now, in a statement yesterday, the university said in part that they are deeply committed to ensuring all hourly employees are paid for all hours worked. They say they are taking immediate action to ensure that all managers and employees understand and follow laws and policies regarding time reporting and payment for hours worked. All right, well, artificial intelligence is being used to make our lives easier, and that includes finding entertainment around town.
Yeah, a new WhatsApp feature is making its rounds in the DMV. Now, the tool is called Guide Geek. It essentially is built on ChatGPT technology, providing travel recommendations in more than 40 languages. Now, it's used by texting back and forth and WhatsApp with questions. Some users in the DMV are using it to find things to do in their neighborhoods.
Because I travel so often, sometimes I do not want to think about a potential itinerary, where to go, where to eat. So having that travel buddy or travel best friend that can just make those decisions for me brings me so much peace.
Developers say the chatbot will soon be available on Instagram.
Meantime, President Biden met with AI experts and researchers to discuss how to regulate this new technology. The White House says the emerging AI will bring a lot of benefits, but with those benefits come risk. One tech executive believes AI needs official oversight. He says he is worried about its economic impact.
I heard a great quote that AI itself is not going to replace jobs, but people who know how to use AI will replace those who don't.
Senate leaders say they need to get educated before considering any legislation.